Welcome back. Idea of formation Pakistan will be based on a fallacy that religion was sufficient as a basis to form a separate nation. This was one of the key points stressed by eminent journalist M.J. Akbar in his lecture in the capital city on Saturday. He was delivering a lecture on why India and Pakistan are put on different trajectories of ideas and ideology.
Eminent journalist M.J. Akbar was in state to deliver his lecture as a part of Good Governance Dialogue series. The lecture series is being organized by the Friends of Good Governance.
There is no difference between the two people because we are the same people. Why then has one country moved in one trajectory and why has the other country moved in a totally different? The idea of Pakistan is weaker than the Pakistani. And the idea of India is stronger than India. That is why. And the governance of India is really rests despite the maverick. Today, indeed, we've reached a point which I'm delighted at, which is that the governance issue has risen to the top. Alas, not everywhere, but in greatly, increasing space. Emotionalism is taking a backseat.
Akbar also spoke on the base of formation of Pakistan and problems it is facing today.
Now, what was the idea of Pakistan? The idea of Pakistan was based on a fallacy. Fallacy that religion is sufficient as a basis of a nation state. You may call it what you like, but this is theocracy. This is democracy and that is a theocratic idea. There is no known instance of a nation or a political community being created in the name of Islam. There is none. If Islam was sufficient as a basis of nationalism, why would there be 22 Arab countries? They have religion, they have culture, they have language, many of the basics in common. Nations are not built. God does not need nations. Nations might occasionally need God.
Our reporter Jason Suarez with video journalist Sushant Pal.
Draft Lok Ayukta bill is already out for a public debate, though the government is yet to endorse the draft. Rui the Gama of Asha Family Responsibilities and Rights Association has suggested amendments in the redrafted Lok Ayukta bill. The bill is likely to be presented during the forthcoming assembly session after approval by the state cabinet.
We demanded that the government relook since only about 8-10 days are there, and we want it to be passed in this session, October session, that they issue us, even if the time is not enough, that they will bring these small amendments, okay, and enforce this law which is urgent need in Goa.
Here are some of the changes suggested by Rui the Gama. Even together with the Chief Justice of High Court, the removal of the Lokayukta cannot take place on the advice by the Chief Minister and Leader of Opposition since they are public functionaries under the Lokayukta Bill. The Lokayukta as the Investigation and Prosecution Authority need not refer the matters for inquiry under the Commission of Inquiries Act. Should permit a citizen to file allegation of corruption which has taken place 20 years from filing the complaint. There is no need to give another opportunity to the accused for another hearing. The extension to file a charge sheet should be only another 3 months, as it would amount to a total of 9 months, which is sufficient to prepare a charge sheet. The clause of good faith will be misused and should be deleted. It is recommended that the term of the Lokayukta be extended to 5 years. It should include setting up of a separate police force under the investigation and prosecution wing of Lokayukta. Not just these, the bill is expected to see a lot more inputs from India Against Corruption campaign as the awareness is already on. A reporter from Mapsa, Shyam Sundar Fatte.
Alcoholics Anonymous has completed 36 years of their services in Goa. This organization works for the cure of alcoholics and the welfare of the alcoholic affected families. Health Minister Viswajit Rane had announced his full support to help the organization. Renowned psychiatrist Dr. Ashish Deshpande, trustee of the Alcoholic Anonymous, says it's easy to stop drinking but difficult to keep liquor away forever.
Alcoholics Anonymous organization was founded in New York in the year 1935. This NGO started its Goa chapter in 1975. In the last 36 years, this organization has built 65 groups in the entire state. Speaking on the occasion, Health Minister Mr. Rani said that alcoholism is a serious menace in rural Goa and expressed his full support to the organization to cure alcoholics.
I would like to, at least on behalf of the government of Goa, try to support you in whatever you want to do, in providing whatever manpower, doctors, whatever assistance you want. I think perhaps whatever support, if you bring into my knowledge what needs to be done, we'll be happy to do it. I'm happy to support the activities of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I'm not just saying it because I've seen so many cases in front of me.
Renowned psychiatrist from Mumbai, the trustee of Alcoholics Anonymous, Dr. Ashish Deshpande spoke on 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous to cure alcoholism. The process grooms person mentally to stay away from liquor.
अल्कोहोलिक्स अनॉनिमसचा 12 पायऱ्यांचा प्रोग्राम आणि त्याने मिळालेल्या समूहाची मदत, गटाची मदत या दोन गोष्टींमुळे दारूपासून दूर राहणं हे बऱ्याच प्रमाणात सोपं होऊ शकतं. अल्कोहोलिक्स अनॉनिमसच्या 12 पायऱ्यांच्या बरोबरच त्याच्यामध्ये स्पॉन्सर नावाचा एक प्रकार असतो की जेव्हा आपण 12 पायऱ्यांचा प्रोग्राम करत असतो आणि तो आपल्या आयुष्यामध्ये कसा अवलंबायचा याचा प्रयत्न करत असतो तेव्हा त्याच्यामध्ये मदत करण्यासाठी अल्कोहोलिक्स अनॉनिमसचाच पूर्वीचा मेंबर ज्याचं वाचन ह्या विषयाचं आहे तो स्पॉन्सर बनून त्या व्यक्तीला मदत करू शकतो आणि थोड्या प्रमाणात काउन्सिलिंग करू शकतो. दारूमुळे मेंदूवरती होणारा परिणाम आणि मनावरती होणारा परिणाम याच्यासाठी जसा तुम्हाला डॉक्टर आवश्यक असतो तसाच दारूपासून दूर राहण्यासाठी अल्कोहोलिक्स अनॉनिमसचा प्रोग्राम हा तितकाच महत्त्वाचा आहे.
Alcoholics Anonymous celebrated its 36th anniversary on Sunday at a function held in Don Bosco Hall in Panji, in the presence of Health Minister of Goa as a chief guest and Dr. Ashish Deshpande. Administrator of Don Bosco Institute, Father Wilfred Fernandez, was also present on the occasion. Organization has seen more than 25,000 people across India who quit consuming alcohol after associating with this organization. Our reporter Basri Desai in Panji with video journalist Sushant Pal.
Confederation of Indian Industry is deliberating on encouraging green buildings in Goa. Chairman of Indian Green Building Council Amar Brito says construction of buildings should be with least ecological impact.
Confederation of Indian Industry is deliberating on encouraging green buildings in Goa. Green buildings reduce energy consumption up to 50%. A lot of recycled material is used in construction of green building. These buildings will provide an excellent source of sunlight in the buildings.
Green buildings and anything which has a low resource load, which has a smaller carbon footprint, buildings like that are encouraged. So the challenge before us is to reduce that load and make sure that the home is built with the least possible ecological impact, and the challenge before us is that.
The CII, in coordination with Indian Green Building Council, held a gathering with corporate experts and others. Their endeavour is to promote green building in the state. Executive Director of CII, Saurabhji Godrej, Chairman of IGBC, Amar Brito, Vice Chairman of IGBC, Bharat Kamath, Director of BITS Pilani, K. Raman, were present on the days. Our reporter in Bosco, Surendra Madkaikar.
It's time for another short break. Stay tuned.